All right, hi guys. This is my very first demo that I'm putting on the classroom. This is a practice demo just so I can learn how to do this. But going forward, I would like to teach you how to cook from my own kitchen. Today we are making peanut butter banana brownies, and that is mainly due to the fact that I have very ripe bananas that just mashed right up into a very, very good consistency here. Best thing to do with very ripe bananas is not to throw them away, but to bake with them. So, the recipe is from Tasty, and I will be uploading it into our classroom here shortly. The first thing we're going to do is set up our mise en place, and I have everything. It's pretty much typical baking ingredients that you may have at home. It does call for cocoa powder, and that is the chocolate powder without any sugar, and it does call for vanilla and peanut butter, which I have over here by my baking dish. So you may have these things at home. I'm not really sure what it would taste like if you omitted the chocolate powder, so I would recommend that. Here we go. You are going to put your 2 very ripe mashed up bananas in a baking dish. And then 1 cup of granulated sugar, which is just your baking white sugar. And then a ½ cup of melted butter. Now, I highly recommend real butter and not any substitute for butter. You want to reserve about a tablespoon of this butter that we will add to our baking dish to prepare it. So you want to pour about most of it in, and then just reserve about a tablespoon of that there. And then you want to add your 1 teaspoon of your vanilla. And guess who helped me with all my mise en place today? That would be my son Brody. He liked to help me measure everything. But Brody is taking a nap right now, and that is why I am cooking for you. Okay, then you just want to stir this together here and get that all in. Interesting fact about these brownies, there's no leavening ingredient. Okay, so there's no baking powder, baking soda in these. So we will see if Tasty is correct, and it will come out well. This is 3/4 of a cup of your flour. Mason, can you get that in there? Yep. And then you want to take about a 1/4 cup of your cocoa powder and reserve about a tablespoon of it. Just like that. And you'll see what we're gonna do with that. The melted butter, the reserved butter, and the reserved cocoa powder, I'm gonna set over here by my baking dish. And then 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Just a tiny little pinch of salt here. And then it says to just use your, actually, you know how I don't like to do this once flour's added, but it did recommend to use your wire whisk to combine everything together. Does that, you want to do this?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
You hold it.
Okay, all right. So Mason's gonna stir that up for me because he finds this very fun. We're gonna tap the sides, Mace. It's getting real thick, isn't it? As brownie mix does, it gets very, very thick. Again, this is used with ripe bananas are much better to use. They're sweeter. They have much more flavor than a real banana, or not a real banana, but an unripe one, a green one. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this right here. We'll be right back. I have here a mixed up batter of our banana and brownie mix.
That's what it looks like.
And I have our oven preheating. You want to preheat it to 350. Over here, we're going to move everything over here to the counter where we're going to prep our 9 by 9 inch baking dish. If you don't have a 9x9, I'm sure an 8x8 would work just fine. Might take a little bit more baking time with it. It really calls for a pastry brush, and I was unsuccessful finding one today in my house. I'm gonna have to go get one, so I'm gonna use paper towel. And you're gonna spread this all over.
Doesn't that just make it go into the thing?
Watch what happens, Mason.
Doesn't it just absorb all the butter into that?
No, hope not. You want butter all over it. If this really, really thin butter doesn't work, we'll go ahead and use cold butter. Then you want to take your tablespoon cocoa powder, and then
shaky shake.
Yes, and it's not really working for me. So what I'm gonna do here is grab a little bit more cocoa powder because I'm having a rough time.
That looks like ice cream when it's in this thing.
So you just hit my head. When we do this for a cake, Mason, are you paying attention? When we do this for a cake, we usually use flour and butter or Crisco. I'm gonna actually do this over my sink. So this is the messy part. But you want all the sides to be covered so our brownies don't stick in the pan. Okay?
Oh, Mom, Brody's up.
Shh, shh.
He can do it.
All right, then we are going to add our brownies into our pan. Are you getting this, Mason?
Yes.
And move it into the corners.
Brody's coming down.
That's fine.
You can do it.
Patrick, Mason, pay attention. You want to put it all in the corners here.
Hi, Grandma.
And then we're going to take, it's all right. We're going to take, look over here. Do you see me? We're going to take peanut butter. Here, take a picture. We're going to take dollops of peanut butter and lay them up on top.
He can help.
And when you see this on the video, you'll see that they had a little, Brody's up. They had a little circular like cookie gadget that I don't have, so a little spoon will do. Brody's gonna watch. Peanut butter goes on top, and then we'll have Brody help us, and Mason if they would like.
He's stalking us.
To spread this with a knife. So we're gonna put all this on here.
Wait a minute.
Don't get your chair.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Okay, let me carry it.
Guys, this is it. So we have our 9x9 baking dish. We have our brownies mix in here. We've prepared our pan, and we have all our dollops of peanut butter. Now, Brody and Mason, you're gonna put your knife straight forward, and we're gonna swirl it in like this. Yep, go for it. Can you do that, Brody? You go this way. You go ahead. Stop, Mason. Don't, oh, Brody, you're done with your knife.
Don't lick it.
Go ahead and eat that, but you're done. Don't put it back in.
Gigi, get you a different one.
It looks like something would.
Here, you want to use Mommy's?
It looks like something in a mansion, like a picture.
Don't eat that one.
It looks like a picture in a mansion. A really royal mansion in
Okay,
like the
here's the clean one.
1700s.
All right,
All
and
clean.
that is as simple as it goes. We're gonna put this in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes at 350, and we will film it when it comes out.
Mommy.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, this is after 25 minutes. And you don't want it to be jiggling in the center, and I think it is just a little bit. So I'm gonna put it back in for the next, I'm gonna say 3 minutes. Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Guys, this is it, the finished product right here. We're gonna let this cool completely before we serve it, but I invite you to try to make this, but only if you have all the ingredients. There's no need to run to the store. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully there'll be a lot more coming your way.